JRTV welcomes you back to NASCAR Winston Cup Series coverage of the Budweiser 400 at the Riverside International Raceway. I'm Joe Rakowski here to bring you live flag-to-flag coverage of this 20-lap event in Riverside, California. Always a fun racetrack to come to in the Winston Cup Series. One of the most historic racetracks in the United States, and definitely one of the most fun as well. This is a fast course, but also a very technical course at the same time. And these drivers are going to be on it every single second of their laps to try and get through and break to victory lane here at Riverside. The heavyweight teams have come out firing here this week. Juggies Racing and Hendrick Motorsports claimed the top 5 positions in qualifying. But unfortunately for Juggies Racing, one of their cars, Mathis Wells, will fall to the rear of the field because of post-qualifying inspection issues. Wells will start back in the 41st position. Meanwhile, his teammate Chris Jericho starts up on pole position, getting it by just 1/100th of a second over the number 24 of Justin Seidel, who once again will start in second. Behind Jericho, it's 300 cars starting second, third, and fourth. Seidel, Thompson, and Sierra, and Jay Randall for Bill Davis Racing rounds out the top 5 with a good result. Both RCR cars, Trey Bartle and Conrad Evans, start inside the top 10. Another Bill Davis car, Jack Haas, starts inside the top 10. Jacob Boyd for Single Car Wood Brothers Racing starts top 10, and also don't count out Anderson Reed for Team Stabco. He starts well as well in the number 40 car. It's a beautiful day for racing here in Riverside, California. 88 degrees right now at race start here in California. Clear sunny skies, so it's going to be even hotter inside those cars and in the stands. However, there is a slight windage in the east direction, giving these fans a little bit of a breeze as they're sitting out enjoying this fantastic 20-lap race around this 11-turn, 2.69 mile road course. It's a very long pace lap here. It's obviously 11 turns, 2.69 miles. It's going to take a little bit to get around, so it's time to go down and get the start command. We'll talk a little bit more about the track and some breaking stories before the race. But before we get to that, let's go down to track side to get the command to fire these engines up for road course racing, the first time in the 2000 Winston Cup Series season.
Drivers, start your engines!
It is great to see these 42 cars roll off the starting grid to go racing at this beautiful road course in the United States. Once again located in Riverside, California, 2.69 miles in length with 11 turns, and we're in some of those technical portions, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all of these S's left, right, left, right, left, right. It could be very, very crucial to get through here cleanly. But watch out for that throughout the race. The past 5 winners, there have been 5 different winners. Trey Bartle won it last season. We'll go back-to-back. He starts in 6th position. Griffin Lynn, who owns Team Stabco, 1 year back in 1998. Also past winners here, Nat Wagner and Derek Bouchard have 1 year recently. So watch for some of those teams that maybe won with them to maybe know what they're doing. 20-lap race, field window anywhere from 11 to 14 laps, maybe even 15 if they try and stretch it. So watch for that throughout this race. How does pit strategy play into the Budweiser 400? Let's start with some stories before the race. Start with the man on pole, Chris Jericho. His first pole of his Winston Cup Series career. Second front row start of the season. He starts second at Homestead en route to victory lane there. Starting on the front row again, can he try and win this one in the number 18? It'll be his second win this season. And he'd win right before the Easter break. And obviously we know a win right before a break that lasts longer than normal. We'll see if Jericho can try and get it done in that 18 to try and gain some points on Keegan Thompson. Speaking of Thompson, he starts in 3rd place in the 5 car here today. 3 wins for the first 6 races so far this season. Looking to make it 4 for 7 to extend the points lead. He doesn't have the best average finish this season. That goes to his teammate Justin Seidel. However, Thompson's been the most explosive. He's won the only multi-time winner this season. What can he do to try and get to victory lane for the 4th time this season and win right before the break and establish himself as the championship favorite? And let's go to the back of the field in 41st. That's where you're going to find Juggies Racing's Mathis Wells. Qualified 4th but failed post-qualifying inspection with Sergio Higuita in the 77. Wells will now start back in the 41st position. He had a top 5 car both practice and qualifying. Can he try and use that speed along with stretch and break his way through the field? How far up can he get on pure speed alone? It's hard to pass at a road course like this. Track position means everything. What can Wells try and do to get that track position back? They lost because of inspection. We're going to find out in this 20-lap race. The field ready to enter the right-hander of turn 11, the final corner on the track. After we get off this corner, the pace car will dive to the right onto pit road and leave the field in the hands of Jericho and Zidell. And watch turn 1. It's a left-hander. Zidell has the preferred lane into that, but turn 2 is a right-hander. Jericho preferred lane through that. So how will this start play out between Jericho and Zidell? They enter the main straight. The flagman with the green flag in hand and in the air. We're underway from Riverside. They're going to battle for it up through the technical section. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Zidell maybe gets it. No! Jericho battles back, but they're still side by side as they race down to turn 9. Heavy breaker gets to the wall. Zidell's into the wall. He hit it pretty hard as well in the 24. He'll drop back. Thompson in second. Rando now for third. He got by Sierra. Now he's looking to get by Zidell. A great start for Bill Davis Racing's Jay Rando as Chris Jericho leads Thompson through 10. Most important corner of the racetrack, turn 10, because it leads to this long straightaway. You're in the gas for so long down this straightaway. Look how long it is, like it's never going to end. Battle is on for 6th place. 2 underdogs, Anderson Reed and Jacob Boyd, go at it for 6th place. Trey Barrows drop back to 8th. Jack Haas and Conrad Evans battle 9th and 10th, but the front few get away now. Sierra with a peek on teammate Zidell as they enter the right-hander. Sierra has the preferred lane to this one. A crazy start for Zidell from 2nd. He got the wall. He'll drop back to 5th on the start as Chris Jericho from pole lead the first lap of the Budweiser 400. Rando all over Thompson, looks to the outside to turn 1. Thompson covers him off and keeps that 2nd spot. Now Rando trying to look back on that 5. He'll look to the outside again to turn 2 this time. Sierra now coming at Rando, so he gets a little wide. Incredible start at the front of the field. Sierra going after Rando now. Once again, technical portion. Oh, almost contact between the teammates. Zidell still trying to get it corralled up. Sierra there in the 25. Zidell again the outside to turn 9. And again into the wall. Oh, man, he's not being able to get through turn 9. He keeps slamming the wall, and the more damage he does, the slower that car's going to be for sure. Now he's under fire from Anderson Reed. Move Jacob Boyd inside the top 5 and Wood Brothers Racing's number 21. Anderson Reed will get by in the 40. And there comes Trey Bardo. But Zidell fights back in the 24. Bardo now trying to fend off Jack Haas. That's 8th, 9th, and then 10th place is Conrad Evans. Kukulon is currently 11th in the 17. Keyshawn Richardson is 12th, and in 13th, that's Mitchell Collins. Still side by side right here for 6th. It's Anderson Reed and the number 24 of Justin Zidell. Reed with the preferred lane through the last corner, turn 11. Trey Bardo also filters through, trying to get the 7th position from the 24 Zidell. As the race onto the main straightaway, Chris Jericho still leads, and now it's Trey Bardo and Justin Zidell going at for 7th. Bardo can't make it stick on the outside of turn 1, but has the preferred lane to turn 2. Jack Haas joins the battle at the front as Chris Jericho's extended the gap already to 1 second. Zidell off track and Bardo's by. Now Haas looks to get by, maybe some contact with the 24 car. Evans joins the battle as he looks outside of Haas, trying to pitch him off. Behind them, Sprout and Jamie Stammer Jr. getting close. Haas in behind Evans. Zidell gets through the corner well that time as we had some dust up there. As Haas is going to look on Evans. Battle right there. Haas had 9th, Evans took it, but now Haas wants it back in the 93. Big battle right there, Jack Haas now through turn 10. Evans trying to get the power down sooner than the 93, but Haas looks like he gets back into it first. And they'll drag race down this long straightaway. Meanwhile, for 2nd, here's a battle. Jay Rando for Bill Davis Racing going after Hendricks Keegan Thompson. How about Rando's start to his race? For Jay Rando, this has been a perfect start in the number 22 car. Started 5th on the grid, but he's shown he wants to be up in the top 2. Maybe try and get to Jericho to lead this race. Rando to P2 off turn 11. What a great run. Rando to 2nd, chasing down Chris Jericho in the 18. The gap actually closed that time, even though Rando made a pass, so maybe Rando is one of the fastest cars out there. Jacob Boyd closing in on the battle for 2nd place, which is right now between the 22, the 5, and the 25, but the more they battle, the more Boyd can try and close in. Anderson Reed in 6th, Bardo now 7th, Zidell trying to just stabilize in the 8th position. Haas is now 9th, and Evans back to 10th. Kukulon gaining in 11th. Keyshawn Richardson. You have the 12 of Mitchell Collins. How about Jamie Stammer Jr. doing a nice job in the 71 car, currently up inside the top 15 and 14th place, and trying to hold off the Penske Racing car of Luke Rainey. So Jamie Stammer Jr. for Dave Marcus Racing, definitely having a good start so far. Started well in this race, and he's shown that he has a car that can actually race well as well. It's not just qualifying pace. Battle again for 9th place, Haas and Evans, and then Kukulon into it as well. The battle for 2nd back ongoing. Randall not able to keep it from Keegan Thompson as the 5 trying to take it right back. Thompson trying to get back up to 2nd. Here comes his teammate Sierra trying to come and help him as they race off to turn 11. Heavy braking right-hander. Yeah, at the end of that sure, you're going about 190, maybe even higher than that. You have to brake down to about 120, even 115 at points through that corner. Very, very drastic differences in speed. So Thompson back up to 2nd, but the more they battle, the more ground they lose to number 18 of Chris Jericho, as Jericho's pulled a nice gap. Thompson now 2nd place, trying to run him down as he gets a little wide right there. There's Jericho, battle now for 4th. Jacob Boyd trying to get by Jay Rando. How about Jacob Boyd going at it? Let's some laps at Texas World, and here he is now trying to move further inside the top 5. Look at them slide through these corners. It's amazing to watch. If you get a little wide, though, as well, through turn 9, you really lose some ground. Zidell, he's trying to get some spots back they lost because of some contact with the wall. Zidell for 7th on Trey Bardo, who won here last season, so Zidell's definitely found his way around this track. Fastest in practice, just 100th off the pole in qualifying, and now he's up to P7, just past the last race winner here, Trey Bardo. And Sierra now to 2nd, getting by Keegan Thompson easily. So now, what can Sierra do with the number 18 of Chris Jericho? A good run for right there. Had some issues with post-qualifying inspection a few times, and definitely recovered well last race when he failed post-qualifying inspection at Texas World. Almost won the thing. This time we start, well, what can he do with a fast race car that's starting up at the front? Well, I think he can definitely find a way to victory lane for Hendrick Motorsports, as Joe Gibbs Racing Hendrick Motorsports have been going at it back and forth after Jericho won pole, and Hendrick was like, well, our cars are starting right behind you, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, so we have a say in this as well. And Jericho's like, oh, you have to pass me, you have to catch me first, and Jericho's definitely doing that right now, a 2.5 gap, as the front 8 are kind of right together. Then the 9th place battle has subsided. Evans right now keeps 9th, Haas keeps 10th, Richardson got by teammate Kukulon for 11th, Kukulon now back to 12th, the number 12 in 13th, that's Mitchell Collins. Sprojub is now 14th, Luke Renee is now 15th, Stanward Jr. is falling back to 16th, but still a good run so far. Colin Teague is now in 17th. Pez in the 4 is currently 18th, so a nice recovery there. He started outside the top 20. Now he's battling Colin Teague for 17th. You have Caden Lynn in 19th. He's moved up a few paces. And Laura Chung right now inside the top 20. Logan Williams and Evan Hunter battle for 21st and 22nd. Hunter's fallen back a little bit. Williams kind of where he started. Eli Bright's not had a good weekend. That car's not looked fast at all, but he's moved up nicely in the 8 car. He's actually passed his teammate Anthony Ness. He's also passed Jordan Stout as well in the 88. Nathan Stipton's not had a good weekend. He's back here, and there we go back, and we see the number 20 of Matthews Wells. There he's right behind the 7 of Mills and the 55 of Roger Ray. That's right now, that's still outside the top 30 for Wells. So he still has some work to do right now, only in the 33rd position. Meanwhile, at the front, Sierra has cut the lead down to just 1 second. He cut it by half a second that last lap. I mean, Sierra's on it. He knows he has a really fast race car, and he's showing it right now, trying to catch Chris Jericho any way he can. As the front of the field starts to spread out, but interesting thing to know, as Sierra catches Jericho, he's also bringing Thompson up with him, so Keegan's not letting his teammate get away, and even Jay Randall's kind of coming with them as well. The 22 wheeler's a little bit further back. He's still not that far away from them. Boyd right now still holding it steady in 5th, Anderson Reed in 6th, and Bardo got back by Zidell, but Zidell wants to get back by Bardo. That's 7th and 8th, still going at it. Zidell trying to get it again from Bardo. There's a 3 car, maybe going to try and get some side draft down this long straightaway. See right there just how long it is. He's under the bridge. Bardo drafting up on the 24 car. Zidell with a peek into the right-hander, turn 11. Harrison Reed a little wide in front of them. That's 6th place Reed for Team Sabco. He's having a good run. And Bardo still all over the number 24 Thompson. Another about 2/10 cut off for Brett Sierra that time. The closer he gets, the more draft he's got to get down these long straightaways. Watch for Sierra through these next few laps, and he's actually pulled away from Thompson a little bit, so no real big pressure behind him. So if Sierra can just keep putting these laps together, he can run down Chris Jericho and start battling with them, especially down that long straightaway. You get some draft if you're close enough to the driver in front. That really makes it fun. Sierra nicely through turn 9, same with Chris Jericho, but Sierra still just closing in 10th by 10th. Once again, this battle for 7th not going away. Bardo that time better off turn 9. The previous lap, it was Zidell, and Bardo now going after Zidell. The big thing is they're battling. They're not losing time to 6th place Harrison Reed. They're still within about half a second of them. So, I mean, the more they battle, you'd think the more they lose, but that's not happening at all. They're still staying right with those 6 cars in front. Battle back there, Luke Rain trying to get by Riley Spruce. I think that's for 14th place at the moment. Yes, it is. That's for 14th. Actually, Math as well as he's not really made any progress. The 20 car is still stuck back there, so that just shows how much track position means at a road course like this, as Luke Rain has the preferred lane to the final corner, and she's able to clear Spurley for 14th. Yeah, Pez is really charging through the field. She's just gone up now to 17th by Colin Teague, and that car's looking pretty sporty in that 4, so he's right in the back of Stanworth Jr., and might be able to get 16th there, and who knows if he can get by Spro to even Luke Rain. He could be inside the top 15 before pit stops, so yeah, Pez had good runs. We see some tire tracks. Someone has spun off somewhere. We're gonna see, oh, it might have been, yeah, it looks like it's maybe the 10 of Walker Davis. He's had a dismal start to the season so far. It looks like it's just continuing for Walker Davis. It looks like he was the one that was spun off and is way off the pace. That just happened last lap, so that's a tough break for the number 10 of Walker Davis. Also at the back, Matthew Burnett for Roush Racing. Burnett's had a really good season, top 5 in points, highest of the Roush cars, and how it's going to leave, he's not going to be the highest. Brandon Beal just in front of him. Hagito, a failed inspection. Luca Iger, Mitch Corbett into the wall. There's DeLello with his teammate Wilson. There's Nathan Baird and Strickland. There's Mills and Wells has still not made much progress. Just in front of Lawrence and Roger Ray, and there's Noah Clifton. Had really good practice results, but obviously the race pace not there. Eli Bright's dropped some positions in the 8 car. He's now back within a spot of his teammate Anthony Hernandez. Hunter and Stout go at it. Stout with a fast forward, trying to get by Hunter and that Pontiac, and Will. That was, I think, for 25th or so. Well, Sears cut down within half a second. Number 25 is closing in. The front few have gotten away, but look at Jericho. His lead dwindling. Is at every lap so far from pole position, but the gap for the first time since the first lap is within half a second. Sierra is digging hard in that number 25. Thompson's rooting for that 25 to get up there because the more the battle, the more that Thompson can try and close in that 5 car. See, Thompson's really good through turn 9. Really closes in. Aaron Reed might feel the pressure from 2 heavyweight teams, RCR and HMS. So you have Richard Childress Racing's Trey Bartle, Hendrick Motorsports' Justin Zidell. Right now 7th and 8th, trying to run down Team Stabco's Anderson Reed, who has done a really good job so far today with how he's been running. Well, they're actually catching the 10 of Walker Davis because he spun off and he looks like he's a little bit slower. They're actually catching him, so that could play into it as well, these race leaders. As this time by, we're halfway done with the Budweiser 400. No caution flag in this race so far, but pit stops are looming ahead for these race leaders and everyone who plays the strategy right to try and get the track position to win this race. Jericho will now right there lead his 10th lap. He'll definitely now at least tie for the most laps led, if not get it by himself. So now Jericho will get at least 5 more additional bonus points. The question is, what can Sierra, Thompson, and Rando do? They've stayed with them. Boyd in 5th has kind of fallen off. They have Anderson Reed right now in 6th. You have Bardo in 7th closing in. Zidell is 8th. Evans is 9th. And the battle for 10th is ongoing as Keyshawn Richardson, Jack Haas, Sebastian Kukulan, Mitchell Collins. You have Luke Rennie. You have Riley Spurgeon. This is a big battle right here. Look at all of them as they come together. As they go into 8 and then 9. That is one big battle for position. Teammates go at it. Luke Rennie and Mitchell Collins. Collins slips up. That's 13th place. You know, right now, Brunswick's not liking to see that. He's like, oh my gosh, just get through it cleanly. Luke will get by his teammate. Now, Collins under fire from Spruce, but gets back in the gas and able to keep 14th for now. Stanford Jr.'s done a good job keeping off, Pez, Colin Teague, and Caden Lin, along with Laura Chung. Chung definitely wanted better as both her teammates are running pretty well. Jericho still leads in the 18. He'll stay out. Does anyone come in just past the midway point? Jericho leads across the stripe, but the gap back to Sierra closed in by a 10th. Sierra now within about 4/10 of the race leader. Battle for 6th. Anderson Reed to the outside. Trey Bardo trying to get by him by the time they get to turn 2, but Reed fights back and stays beside the 3 car. Libby side by side. Zidell also closing in the 24. This is a big battle right here. 3 cars. 6th, 7th, and 8th. Bardo gets through in the 3. Somehow he was able to squeeze his way through that. I don't know how, but he did it. Bardo up to 6th. And Sierra still trying to close down Jericho. No one came down pit road that time, so they're running it out a little bit longer. They think there's not going to be yellow, and they want to just go out a little bit longer, but What would the advantage be of fresh tires is the question. That's something that Sierra might be asking, maybe even Thompson, and definitely if you're Rando or Boyd, you're asking that. You're like, what can I do to try and get the track position, just trying to hold off these front runners. So you can see Sierra in the draft now closing in on Chris Jericho on the 18. But pit stops are ahead, and let's see who blinks first of these front runners. Look at Sierra diving in deep, and with how he's going wide, I think Jericho might be pitting first here. Jericho might, yeah, he's not going to let anyone do the undercut. Jericho's going to pit now. Rando also pits now, so that gives the lead to Brett Sierra and Keegan Thompson, but the 18's going to get the tires sooner. Harrison Reed comes in. Conrad Evans comes in. Right now, it's only these four, though. Yeah, so they're doing the kind of an undercut right now. Looks like the 11 of Logan Williams will come in. So this will start the pit cycle as our race leader, the first into pit road. Chris Jericho from the lead comes into pit road. That's a gutsy pit call, but he's thinking it's going to work out. It's going to be 4 tires for all these guys. Obviously, tire wear, very big at a road course like this. The left one on the right will go on for Chris Jericho. So T. Rando, Harrison Reed, Conrad Evans, Logan Williams, and Luca Iger that all come in sooner. Sierra has stayed out. Thompson has stayed out. You definitely know that they'll probably be in this time to try and make sure that Jericho doesn't get too big an advantage on those tires. The question is, who tries to extend this out the longest, right? Who tries to extend this out to like 5, 6 laps to go is the question. So as the race off, this long straight way to turn number 11. We'll see who comes in this lap and who stays out another lap. Yeah, it looks like Sierra will be in this time along with Thompson. So the front 2 will pit there. They're in. Boyd will come in from 3rd. Bardo, he'll blink and come in. Zidell will come in, so the top 5 are in. Keyshawn Richardson in. Haas is in. Kukulon and Rainey. Spurley too. Everyone so far coming in this next lap. This is completion of lap 13. I'm shocked no one's actually trying to go out and just try and maybe stay away from congestion on pit road. Everyone's just kind of adhering to the same strategy right here. Everyone's just coming down all at once. So there's Jericho. He's left. There's Rando. How big of a gap do they have on the cars that just came down pit road, like Sierra and Thompson? We're about to find out right here. So everyone has been on pit road. There goes Jericho. Cross the line. Some guys leaving. There's Thompson. There's Boyd. There's Sierra. Sierra's jumped the 18. So either Sierra had a masterful pit stop. Something has happened with the 25's pit stop. But, I mean, he got out so far ahead of Thompson as well. They cut some time off. I don't know if they are risking it on fuel or tires or what. But he's gotten away from Jericho and Rando. And gotten away from Thompson and Boyd as well. Boyd actually gained time on Thompson. So I have to wonder if the 5 had a slow pit stop and the 25 was just normal. And maybe Jericho and Rando had some slow pit stops. I don't know. Maybe Jericho's stop was just slower. So Brett Sierra should cycle out to the lead in the 25 car. Coming around to 6 to go. All right, so this could be interesting. Jericho's not been behind someone all race long. This is the first time he's been behind someone on the racetrack. What's it going to be like for that 18? And can he find a way around this 25? These are 2 heavyweights going to be going at it. Jericho diving into turn 11. That was a better turn 11. Look at that. Oh, he's getting so much time. He's right in the back of the 25. I have to wonder if Sierra took 2 or something because he was really slow there. Sierra across the stripe led, but Jericho is right on the back. Looking to the outside of turn 2. Sierra protects. They both go a little wide right there, but Sierra going to try and pull away. Did he maybe back up to try and just get the tires a little bit warmer, and then he's going to go? You have to wonder if there was just some sort of play in that. But the more Jericho stays behind Sierra, as Sierra's going to go wide through 9. Jericho's a shot to the inside of turn 10. There it is. Right there from the helicopter. You can see it side by side to turn 10. Heavy braking right-hander. Still side by side. Jericho a little bit of an advantage, but Sierra better traction off corner exit. And they stay door to door. Randall loving this in 3rd. If they keep battling, they wear their tires off. Randall might be able to be in the catbird seat and lead this race. If all 3 of them got halted, watch for Thompson and Boyd in 4th and 5th. Still side by side. Jericho trying to stay beneath because when they get to turn 11, he has the preferred lane. Right there through 11. Jericho's been good there all day long. Chris Jericho clears and he leads again in Riverside with 5 to go. Sierra's not giving up. For sure, he's going to try and fight back. Off of one. He's going to look inside to turn 2. Jericho power off. Sierra trying to get through the technical portion better. If he can stay right with him into turn 9, maybe force Jericho wide. Maybe give him a little bump, just pack air. And Randall waiting in third to pounce. At the front, you make some contact. Jericho wide. Sierra to the inside and might easily take this one back. Brett Sierra leads again to turn 10. He clears the 18 easily. What a great battle this is going to become. Sierra, Jericho, and Rando. If they keep fooling around, Thompson and Boyd not too far back. Teammates for 6th. Evans gets by his teammate Bardo. That's 6th, 7th, and Reed in 8th. Richardson now 9th. Giacos is 10th. Luke Rennie 11th. In 12th place, it's Kukulon. Spurgeon is 13th. Lynn is 14th. And you have Pez up to 15th. Seidel repaired some damage all the way back to 16th. Found Logan Williams in the 11th. Go back up to the lead. Still Sierra. Still Jericho. That time Sierra better through turn 11 than Jericho. It's been Jericho's strong point all day long, but that time Sierra got through it better. 4 laps to go. Into 1. This is going to come down to the last laps or so, for sure. Jericho a little bit better through the technical portions, trying to get close enough to turn 9 because he knows the past 2 laps, the racers got pressured into that corner harder than they wanted to go, and second place took advantage. If he's close enough, Sierra might go wide, and Jericho could take advantage. Again, Sierra a little bit wider. Jericho goes in right to the back bumper. Cars have been off. However, I think we're still green. Yeah, we're still green, but cars have been off. Jericho back to the inside in turn 10. What a great battle, and Chris Jericho clears Sierra again. The 18 back out in front. But Sierra's got this draft down the straightaway. And Rando is still just looking in third, and they battle for 6th again. Evans cannot get away from teammate Bardo. This has been an outstanding race after the pit stops. 2 heavyweight teams, and then a team that maybe is a tier below them, looking to try and steal it. And we saw Jack Haas for the same team try and steal from Bardo at Las Vegas. Bardo able to hold on. Can Rando try and do it for Bill Davis Racing? Still 3 laps to go, so that's still a lot of time. Mitch Corbett to pit road. Issues on the 66. If Sierra can just stay close enough once again to turn 9, that 18 might wash up again like he has been the last few laps. Sierra's got a peek through the technical section. Gets beside the 18. They'll battle it out through here. Jericho keeps it clear. Again to turn 9. The corner of the leaders have been messed up the last few laps, and again it happens to Jericho, and Sierra gets beside him, and Sierra gets by him into turn 10. Sierra once again leads the Budweiser 400. Jericho still trying to fight back in the 18 on the outside. What Sierra wants is that 22 to battle the 18, but Randall's just content. He wants the front to start making contact. He doesn't want to start battling them. He wants to hope that they make some contact, and he can get by them himself. Luke Rainey up inside the top 10, got by Jack Haas for that spot. Evans and Bardo still not giving in. Aaron Reed behind that, can make it 3 cars for 6th. Meanwhile, it's 3 cars for the lead and the win. Back to 2 to go this time by in Riverside. Sierra has a decent gap, but that could all go away with 1 bad corner. 2 laps to go. Front 3 within 6/10 of each other. Sierra nicely through this technical section, got away a little bit. I don't think Jericho's gonna be close enough to force Sierra into a mistake into turn 9. So if Sierra stays decent enough ahead, which looks like he will right here, no pressure, doesn't have to take it hard, and Jericho may have messed it up a little bit. So Sierra gets away in the 25, but can Jericho close back in this final lap and a half? He also has pressure from Rando to try and make that happen. He does gap Rando off turn 10, so that helps Jericho, but Sierra's pulled away in that 25 car. White flag this time by at Riverside for the Budweiser 400. Brett Sierra leads the race. Jericho's dominating, leading the most laps from pole position, but finds himself chasing Sierra in this last lap. Through 11. The white flag is up. Final lap at Riverside. Sierra, Jericho, Rando. Which of the 3 wins it? Half a second, so Sierra pulled away that last lap, but what can Jericho do to try and close in? And how hard can he try and drive it through the technical section to try and get close enough in 9 and 10 and try and make it work down the straightaway? He needs Sierra to mess up one of these big corners like turn 9. He needs Sierra to try and make a mistake, but if Sierra doesn't make that mistake, it's going to be hard for Jericho to get through there. Sierra does go a little bit wider. Jericho will close in a little bit there, but is it close enough into turn 10 and then down the long straightaway? Yeah, he would need Sierra to mess this corner up as well, but I think Sierra might be golden. Jericho really trying to close in there. It's within a few car lengths. Down the final long straightaway. Mitch Corbett ahead. I don't know if he's slower or not. Sierra's hoping he's not. As they race down the straightaway. Turn 11 for the final time. Brett Sierra leading Chris Jericho. Turn 11. Heavy braking right-hander. Jericho's going to throw it in deep for sure. Try and get there. But it's not going to be enough. Brett Sierra, with help from his pit crew, will claim victory for Hendrick Motorsports at Riverside. Jericho ends up in second, Rando in third. Keegan Thompson will get fourth and extend the points lead. Fifth place to Boyd, Evans sixth, Bartle seventh, Reed in eighth. Ninth place, Keyshawn Richardson. 10th place, a battle. Luke Rainey holds off Haas and Kukulan and Spurley-Tube for 10th place. Yepez will get a top 15. Logan Williams a top 20. Anthony Hernandez a gutsy run at the end. Look at Mathis Welch trying to get some last second spots. But at the end of the day, it was the number 25 of Brett Sierra. While he had to battle Jericho at the end, it definitely all happened because of his pit crew. They got in the lead on pit road, but then Sierra had to do it on the racetrack and battle with Jericho. What a battle between those two, Sierra and Jericho, with Brett Sierra coming out on top in the Budweiser 400 and winning the race. For Jericho, it's not going to be the win, but it was a good points day. Second place for him. He will close in on Thompson, who finished in fourth. Jericho obviously leading laps today. The most laps, he gets a decent amount of points. Thompson didn't get the lead lap today, so Jericho will close in on the points lead that Thompson had. But for Sierra, he's been moving up in points. The last few races have been top 5 finishes. It's another top 5, and this time it's his first NASCAR Winston Cup Series win at the road course in California. What a drive it was for Brett Sierra. What a drive it was for Chris Jericho as well. Both those drivers doing fantastic here today out on the course. So let's go take a look at the finishing results. From Riverside, it was Brett Sierra on top of the end as he traded with Jericho for about 5-6 straight laps and ended up with Sierra in victory lane at the end of the race. Jericho closed in by over a 10.5 on that last lap. Tried his best, but he came up maybe a lap or two short. Jericho ends up in second here today, led the most laps, and will close in on Thompson's points lead. Jay Rando ends up in third. What a drive for Bill Davis Racing's Jay Rando. That was a drive he needed as well, a top 3 result for Rando. Thompson ends up in fourth. Jacob Boyd barely beats Evans back to the start-finish line. Wood Brothers Racing a top 5 with Jacob Boyd. Evans and Bardo from Richard Childress Racing get 6th and 7th, so team owner Cam Wright has to be pleased with that. 8th place for Team Sabco's Anderson Reed, so Griffin Lynn going to be pleased with that. Keyshawn Richardson, the highest Roush car in 9th, as they did not have a good day, but I'm sure Ross McTrain will take a top 10 for Keyshawn Richardson. And rounding out the top 10, Luke Rennie in the 2 didn't start well, but moved up through the field nicely in that 2 car. Jack Haas, a good day in 11th. So Bill Davis Racing, 2 cars inside the top 11. We looked down at some surprises there. Caden Lynn didn't qualify well, but raced well. Team Savco, both their cars top 14 finishes. Lynn gets 14th. Yepez didn't qualify well, but raced really well. Top 15 for Yepez, who was just way nicely through the field. Zidell, a little bit of a disappointment, got to the wall the first 2 laps and fell back to 16th, repaired to damage on pit road, so that cost him some spots. How about Logan Williams? Kept that car clean, 17th place for the number 11 car. That was a really good day for Brett Bodine Racing. You have Mitchell Collins in 18th, Colin Teague in 19th, and Anthony Hernandez in 20th. So Hernandez has a decent day. Definitely won a lot better, but for how DEI did this week, I'm sure Hernandez will definitely take that. James Stewart Jr., decent day in 22nd. Hunter, decent day in 23rd. Wells could only muster 24th, while 24th is definitely not what he wants in a Joe Gibbs Racing car. After starting back at 41st, he gained 17 spots. I'm sure Wells will definitely take that decently. Bibi Rosa top 25, Stout outside the top 25, Stapleton outside the top 25. Iger moved up nicely with his undercut in 29th. And you look down some names down here that you didn't really expect, like Matthew Burnett in 39th, highest of the Roush cars in points. Roger Ray 37th. Not a good day for them as well. And Davis finished the lap down. Mitch Corbett finished 3 laps down in the 66 car. So a tough break for those two drivers as they had incidents throughout the race. What a road course race it was, the first road course race of the season. Can't wait to be doing this later in the season at Watkins Glen. That'll be a fun one for sure, but for these drivers that go on to Easter break, so no race until 2 weeks' time. That will be at the Atlanta Motor Speedway for the Cracker Barrel 500. That's an important race because the champion is determined at this racetrack, so watch for Atlanta to be a place where teams try some different setups, and if they're fast there, possibly they'll be fast there for the championship race, and if it comes down to that last race for the championship, you might know who's fast and who's not. But what an incredible race it was here in Riverside, California, between Brett Sierra and Chris Jericho, with Brett Sierra coming out on top for Hendrick Motorsports and the 25 team, as he is the second Hendrick car to win this season. 4 of the first 7 races have gone to Hendrick Motorsports. Thanks everyone for watching JRTV's presentation of the Budweiser 400 at the Riverside International Raceway. I'm Joe Rakowski. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you guys at Atlanta in a few weeks.